Let's start the next session in Physicsify, and in this session we are going to again take up vectors. This is part number 4 and we are talking about the different types of vectors. Right. So there are a lot of different types of vectors. We are going to put this as classification number 1 and let's see what are these different types. So if I want to list down all these types of vectors, I will probably say that the two vectors that we would be doing today are equal vectors and negative of a vector. These are two types of vectors, very important for us, comes in as a direct classification in form of questions. There are more such vectors, we'll just know the names of them over here. And if we talk about the next one, we have parallel and anti-parallel vectors, we have collinear and coplanar vectors. Also we have concurrent vectors with unit and zero vectors being the final ones. So let's hope that you would be able to understand the first two, the classification of which is being done next. Now if we take up the first one, that is equal vectors, what is being told to us? Let us say a condition is given where A is given as 2 meter per second. This is a vector because I can see the notation over here. The direction is towards east. While if you talk about B vector, it is a similar vector having the same magnitude, the same units, that is 2 meter per second, but a different direction, that is towards west. Are these equal vectors? I will say that the magnitude is same, both have 2 meter per second. That means both have the same magnitude and the same unit. But if I talk about the direction, one is having towards east, one is having towards west, and this point comes as a point of difference, and since the direction is not same, I will say these are not equal vectors. Okay, let's take a second example. Let's say we have a vector as 2 meter per second east, that is the same A vector as we had earlier, but this time around we have a different B vector. Now if you see, this time around the unit is itself changed. Instead of meter per second, you find Newton over here, 2 Newton towards east. Now I will see over here and I will say that this thing seems to be incorrect. The rest, all of them are same. The magnitude is same, the direction is same, but the unit is the only difference, and that is why I will say that since the unit are sort of not correct, you can even say the magnitude is same, the direction also happens to be the same, and in this case we are once again saying that this is not a case of equal vectors, right? What is, let's take up the third one, and if you are saying there is a vector which has the same magnitude, which has the same units, which has the same direction, both A and B, this time around you will say yes, they are going to be your equal vectors because the magnitude is same, the unit is same, as well as the direction is same, everything is same. If all three things match up, then you say this is an equal vector. So how do we define it? We will say that two vectors are equal if and only if they not only have equal magnitude, but they have same direction as well as same units. Alright, we have talked about equal vectors. Let's talk about the next type of vector. The second type of a vector is negative of a vector. Now what exactly would we say once we say negative of a vector? Let us say that we are having these vectors, so they will have a peculiar characteristic, and this characteristic says that the magnitude will be same, but the direction will be just opposite, right? Direction is opposite, but the magnitude is same. How exactly? Let's try to see. We have two vectors given as A, 2 meter per second east, and similarly a B vector, 2 meter per second west. If I draw these two vectors, I think I would be able to draw something like this. This is obviously towards east, this is towards east, and this is towards west. So this is A vector, this is B vector. I can see that the magnitude is same both the places, the unit is same both the places, and the direction is just opposite, right? And if it is just opposite, I will say that A vector over here equals minus times B vector. This is the denotation that it would look like, right? Talking about the next thing, we are saying that yes, this is a case of negative of a vector, but let us say if I was given something like this, that I have 2 meter per second east, 4 meter per second west as A and B respectively. even though the directions are just opposite, but still this is not negative of a vector, because I see that this magnitude is different, right? If I would like to say here, I would say that the magnitude is not same, and even though the direction appears to be just opposite, right, direction is actually just opposite, still you will not call it negative of a vector, because your magnitude was not same. As soon as you find that the magnitude is not same, you can say that this is not negative of a vector. All this would be that these are two vectors that are just in opposite direction, but they are not negative of each other. The magnitude needs to be same. I hope this point has been focused upon in this case. Right. So these were the two types of vectors, and we'll discuss more coming in the next sessions. I hope you loved this. This is a bye bye for now. But if you loved this class, please make sure you like and share it with your friends, somebody who probably needs it. And if you don't want to miss any more videos, do subscribe right now. Thanks for watching this. See you in the next one.